Aave is a crypto liquidity protocol. Simply explained, this means it's a lending and borrowing application. People with assets can put them on the application to earn an interest, and other people can borrow those assets and pay an interest. There's currently around $10 billion worth of crypto assets on Aave right now. In this video, I'll go over what all of this means, how it actually works, how it's replacing banks, and how to actually go ahead and use it to, lend out some crypto assets as well. All of the timestamps are down in the description below. Firstly, we have to understand what exactly is a liquidity protocol and a money market. This is how money markets typically work. You have a borrower and you have a lender. A lender has cash or some other type of cash-based asset, and they give it to the bank. The bank then uses their reserves to lend out to borrowers, but they don't just usually give money out to people. Maybe on credit cards they will, and they'll charge you a high interest rate, but most of the time what you need is collateral to borrow against. So most people borrow against something like a house. So you go to the bank and say, I want money to buy this house. And they say, we'll give you that money right here, but we'll charge you an interest, let's say 5%. You've just got a mortgage for a house. But if you don't pay back the loan, then the bank takes the house. That is a collateralized loan. The bank gives you money, charges you an interest, but they have an asset to take back and sell if you can't pay back the loan. Just really interesting here is that the lender, for putting their cash in the bank, gets about 0% these days. If you have a savings account, you might get 0.01 or something like that. Okay, completely useless and basically nothing. You, if you're a borrower, have to pay 5% or plus for your mortgage. The bank is therefore making something called a yield spread from their deposits and their loans. Now, there's some risk here because you're a borrower, but actually they have the collateral there as well. This is really important for Aave because they use collateral in the form of crypto assets. And so you get a good 5% fee rather than a credit card, which is uncollateralized, where you'll be paying something like 15, 20% or something like that. Here's how Aave steps in. Aave becomes essentially a decentralized bank because Aave is the protocol in the middle that is dictating the free and open market for crypto assets. So we have a borrower right here who wants to borrow some dollars. Why does he want to do that? Well, he's bullish on crypto and he wants as many dollars as he can to go and invest in some projects. But Aave doesn't just give money out. You need collateral to borrow against on Aave, and we'll look at that in a second on the site. But he'll put some Ethereum onto the Aave platform as collateral. Let's say he puts $10,000 worth of Ethereum onto the Aave protocol. Aave is going to say, thank you very much. You have $10,000 of collateral, and we are going to give you up to 75% of the value of your $10,000. So $7,500 as US dollar stablecoin. You can go and invest that as you want. Now, this guy is the lender, and he will, of course, put dollars onto Aave. Why does he want to put dollars onto Aave? Because he's a saver, essentially, and he wants an interest rate. Now, the big difference between Aave and banks is that Aave is a decentralized protocol, and so the interest rate that is paid between these two people is free and open from whatever the supply and demand of these assets is at the time. So let's say that this guy over here on the left is paying 5% to borrow dollars. Well, almost 90% of that is actually going to go to this guy. So instead of making 0% in a bank for his dollars, this guy is going to make, let's call it 4.5%. So he will make way more because the bank isn't in the middle. Aave takes about 10% of the value of loans on its platform as its fee. And you can, of course, invest in the Aave token and use it on the platform as well. But that's how it works. Aave replaces a bank, and it's a free and open money market between borrowers who want to pay interest and put collateral assets on the platform, and lenders who want to put their dollars or Ethereum or other tokens on to earn some interest from this money market. A specific lending tutorial for Aave in the description so you can see what that looks like step by step if you need it. I'm James, this is MoneyZG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.